was nice, huh?
Yeah.
So, did you grow up in Canada?
Yeah. I'm from Toronto. I lived there my
Toronto?
whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you did spend 1 year prep school in, is it 1 year prep
Yeah,
school?
1 year in Connecticut.
In Connecticut? Okay.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was playing at a basketball school in Brantford, Ontario, and I played football like in the summers in Toronto, and my coach had told me that I should probably try and play in the States. So I got a connection, and I went to Loomis in Connecticut, and then from there got recruited here.
What did you think about that idea of committing to football in that manner?
Well, I went to Loomis. I played both at Loomis, so
Okay.
I was still kind of undecided when I went to Loomis to what I was going to do. But after that football season, I felt like I just blew up a little bit, and football was the right decision to make.
Sure.
Yeah.
So playing inside with this new system, what's the adjustments like?
Well, I played inside last year as well, so I feel like the biggest adjustment for me is just working on the double teams and staying in my gap. Yeah, overall, that's probably the biggest thing.
What's the biggest difference from Coach Brown to Coach Nansen that you noticed?
I'd say attention to detail. So Coach Brown's obviously great. Coach Nansen, they're both great. But when it comes down to drills, D-line drills, shooting our hips, focusing on hands, I think it just shows that, especially during practice, we are showing that we're a step above where we were.
Your dad was a pro basketball player, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Was he, what, about 6'10"?
Yeah, he's 6'10".
He's 6'10"?
Yeah.
So what did he play, like power forward?
He's playing the 5.
Played the 5.
Yeah.
What about you?
I played the 4. Because he taught me a lot of post moves and stuff, so he thought I was going to grow. He's 6'10", but I didn't end up growing to be like 6'8", 6'9". But yeah, I played the 4. I was always stronger, and I always rebounded better than everyone else, boxed out, stuff like that, so I always played the 4.
So how did he feel about you deciding to play football instead of basketball?
At first, I felt like he wasn't like super, excited, but he definitely grew to love it. Now he's really excited. He loves watching the games. He loves seeing me out there playing, and yeah, he's really happy about it.
So you're from Toronto to Connecticut to Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
How did you end up here?
Well, I got recruited here during that season by Coach Egan. Yeah, that's how I ended up here. It was. I came down here. I just felt like it was a good fit. The university itself, the major I'm taking, all that, it just felt like it was perfect fit.
What are you majoring in?
Political science with an emphasis on foreign affairs.
Okay. And what time of year did you come down here?
It was in January, so it was warm out here. So I was like, okay, it's warm in January. Gotta come out here because it was snowing where I was in Connecticut.
Sure. Where do you think your game has grown the most, considering that you probably have less of a football background than maybe some of the other guys around here?
I would also say, like, even though I said attention to detail earlier, I would say attention to detail, hand placement, working on. I feel like just every aspect of the game, I've just gotten better at: pass rush, run blocking, just a whole plethora of different things.
Did you realize that there was that much nuance to it, or that so many subtleties?
No, I really didn't. When I was playing basketball and I would watch football, I'm not thinking like, okay, it's that difficult, like, to do all this stuff. But when I really came into it, there's a lot of different subtle things that you have to know how to do that nobody would even think about when they're watching a game of football. So, yeah, I feel like I learned a lot of different stuff.
How does basketball help you in football? Like, what can you take from basketball?
I think footwork is probably the biggest thing that really translated. Because when I was younger, I played soccer. I was a keeper, and then that translated to basketball with the footwork, and then the footwork there translated here, and that really helps me on the line when it comes to pass rush, and even run blocking with getting off blocks and stuff like that.
Did you grow up as a Raptors fan?
No, I was a Clippers fan. I like Lob City.
All right. All right. Are you the best basketball player on the football team?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yes.
That indisputable?
We can go to the rec and find out, but I think so for sure.
How has watching film helped your game on the line this spring so far?
I think with Coach Nansen especially, he taught us a lot about offensive block schemes, and watching that on film and understanding when I get into practice what they're going to do before they do it really helped me just get off the ball, and before they even come at me, I know what they're going to do and I know how to play that block. So that film really helps with that.
What did you notice from going up against the offensive line last season to this season, how they progressed?
I think they're doing a lot better with like double teams, pass setting, stuff like that. they're also, I feel like they just communicate better. We come up to the line, we won't even say anything, and they're checking stuff, they're doing stuff. So I feel like they're communicating a lot better than last year as well.
You've had 3 defensive coordinators in 3 years.
Yeah.
I think. Is that difficult, or are there benefits from that?
I think there's definitely benefits. You get to learn. I got to learn 3 different defenses, so I understand the game from a bunch of different perspectives. But it's also tough because it's like sometimes you want to just stay in that one system, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'll learn it no matter what.
Sure. And JB was saying how you seem like you're more confident.
Yeah.
Now, would you agree with that? And what do you think is behind that?
Well, I think it's just growth in general. Understanding the game, just continually learning, watching film, working on the sled, all types of different stuff in the weight room. I feel like TO for sure. I was a lot weaker than I was last year, or I'm a lot stronger than I was last year, and that also helps with that confidence for sure. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
For sure.
Appreciate it.